press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the classroom. We have been discussing about the chapter water. In the previous class we will learn about the sources of water as well as the water cycle. See, there are different sources of water. Sources of water is nothing but the place from where we get the water is known as sources of water, and there are different sources of water will be present like river, where the river water is fit for drinking and for agricultural purpose also, and usually this water is doesn't have the salt content, so that it is very useful and it is very fit for drinking purpose. And next one is the ocean as well as the sea. See, usually the most of the water present on the earth usually contains the sea salty water or the sea water, and it is not fit for the drinking purpose. And next one is the rainwater. See, rain is the most most important and source of the water, and these waters, the rainwater, which helpful for to place a different source in the nature. And next one is the water cycle. See, water cycle is nothing but it is a continuous movement of the water which is takes place in the nature from the earth to the atmosphere and from the atmosphere back to the earth again, and this process is known as a continuous movement of the water is known as the water cycle. See, in this water cycle, evaporation, transpiration and condensation we will learn, and thereby evaporation process will be carried out with the help of if sunshine is more, then evaporation rate will be faster. See, in the previous class we also learnt about the activity. From this from that activity we can learn that during the process of evaporation, if sunshine is there, then the evaporation rate will be faster. And in today's class we will learn about the how the clouds is formed, formation of the clouds as well as the rain. See, this is the third point. See, first point is the, I will write here, first point is the evaporation, as we already learnt in the previous class, and second one is the transpiration, and this one is the third point, formation of the clouds as well as the rain. See, these points which come under this heading water cycle: evaporation, transpiration as well as the formation of rain and clouds. Formation of clouds and rain. See, air contains the water in water is heated up by the sun being the lighter and rises to the atmosphere, and thereby when the water get heated up and rises to the sky, water vapor present it gets the cooled, and later the cooled air is condenses to form a tiny droplets. When the water in the sea or any open surface of a water, when the sun rays fall into them, the water gets heated up. Water heated up, and when the water gets heated up, the water vapor present it gets cooled, and later it forms the cooled, and afterwards when the water gets cooled, cold water vapors condense, and later the condensation process is carried out. And the condensation process is carried out where to form a tiny droplets of water. Again it forms the tiny droplets. and falls onto the ground or the earth as a rain. And this is how we can say that the formation of the clouds as well as the rain in the nature. See, usually when the sunlight is falls onto the ground or the open surface where the water is present, the water gets heated up. When the water gets heated up, it evaporates slowly, and the air which contains the hot air which contains the moisture, it gets cooled when it touches to the atmosphere, and thereby condensation process will be carried, and this condensation process it will forms the tiny droplets, and again it will forms as a rain to the ground or to the earth. See, for this formation of the clouds as well as the rain, how it is formed, we can do an activity here. See, in this activity, to demonstrate the process of condensation of water. See, this is the name of the activity. To demonstrate the process of condensation of water. See, in this activity, first we have to take the glass which is half filled with the water. So consider, I will see, this is the name of the activity, to demonstrate the process of condensation of water. How the condensation will be takes place in the atmosphere. By doing this activity, we can conclude that the formation of the clouds as well as the rain fall onto the ground. And here for this activity, first we have to take a glass which is half filled with water, and on the outer surface of the glass we have to wipe out, and next we have to put some ice cubes into the water. After some time you can observe that the glass which contains the teeny droplets on the outer surface of the glass which contains the teeny droplets. These teeny droplets is nothing but the air which is surrounded the glass, and usually it is compared to the glass which is cooled in nature, and when it is the air when it touches to the glass it will cools down this air and forms a teeny droplets. In the same way the formation of the clouds will be takes place in the nature. See, when the water gets heated up and it is cooled, when it is comes in touch with the atmosphere, and thereby condensation process will be formed, and thereby the tiny droplets will be appear, and it will falls on to the ground or to the earth as a rain. And this is the activity. From this activity we can conclude that when the air cools the clouds, see, from this activity we can conclude that air cools when the air cools, clouds condense. Air cools, clouds condense. Thus forming the water droplets. When the cloud condense, forming water droplets. Water droplets which combine to form a rain. Combine to form a rain. See, from this activity we can conclude it that, see, it is not a conclusion, it is nothing but the how the clouds as well as the rain form to the ground. And see, when the air cools, when the hot air, during the process of evaporation, the hot air is evaporates, and when the hot air is evaporates, the air cools. When the cloud, then the clouds condense, clouds will become the condensed, and after that forming a water droplets, small water droplets will be formed and to form a rain, and this is how the clouds will be formed and rain fall onto the ground. See, this activity, that is to demonstrate the process of condensation of the water. See, first we have to take the water, and first we have to take a glass in which we have to pour the water in a nearly half glass of water we have to take, and after that we have to wipe out on the surface of the glass, outer surface of the glass we wipe out with the help of a cloth, and next we have to put some ice cubes into the glass, and thereby after leaving 3 or 5 minutes we can see the tiny droplets which is formed on the outer surface of the glass. From this we can say that the air which is comes in contact with the surrounding air which comes in contact with this glass, it will cool down and it forms the condensation process, and thereby in the same way, in the similar way, in the nature also, the clouds and the rain, how it is formed. The air, when the air cools, the clouds condense forming a water droplets, and later it will form a rain to the ground, and this is how the process of formation of the clouds as well as the rain to the atmosphere and to the nature. And next we shall move on to the water back to the ocean. Say like that the process of water cycle, again when the water evaporates it will condense and later it will form as a rain to the ground, and thereby we can say that water can come back to the ground to different places, different sources of water like river, ocean, streams, etc. This is how the formation of clouds as well as the rain will be takes place in the nature. Next we shall move on to the flood. See, floods is one of the natural disasters which is not by the man, and this flood having the very large quantity of water, and due to the heavy rains and especially during the monsoon season, these rains will be fall down to the ground. See, floods will be takes place during the monsoon season, and heavy rains will be fall down to the ground, and thereby many disasters and many cases will be comes to see these conditions where a lot of and heavy rainfall fall onto the ground, and many disasters and disorders will be takes place in the country or some places. During the flood, the normal life of a living beings gets affected by the following methods. See, during the flood, in normal life of a human beings get affected by the following way. Heavy rain creates a water-logged road, street and disrupted traffic. See, heavy rain which may creates a water-logged heavy rains which creates water-logged roads, street, etc. Floodwater damage crops, fields, forest. See, floodwater which damage crops, forest, agricultural field, and even in severe case it will damage the property of a property and domestic animals also it will we will lose. Say the following during the flood the normal life of living organisms or the living beings is get affected by the following way, in which first one is the heavy rain which creates a water lodged roads and street and sometimes it damages the crops, forest and agricultural field, domestic animals, and in severe cases many people will lost their properties and lost their family also. And see, this is one of the natural disasters which is not made by the man, in nature only it comes, and it is one of the natural disasters. And where we can see the monsoon season, we can see the flood where the heavy rain fall onto the ground. And last one is the animal living in the water also carried away by the fast flowing of the water. See, animals living in water carried away by the fast flowing of the water. So these are some effects, and these effects can be seen in the nature, and in which see, once again I will tell you, the flood it is one of the natural disasters which is not made by the man, and itself in the nature itself it comes, and here the heavy rainfall will be fall onto the ground, and thereby the flood which usually during the monsoon season the flood will be very much. And some of the effects we can see in the nature during the flood condition, where it creates the water lodged roads, and due to the heavy rains creates the water lodged roads as well as the streets. Next one is the damage the crops. Say the floods will damage the crops, and so that farmers will lose the yield, and also the forest, domestic animals will far away from the particular place, and in severe condition the property also damage, and many people will lose their family. And next one is the animals living in the water. living in the water, carried away by the fast flowing of the water, and it comes on the surface of the ground, and thereby it also lose its life. And this is how we can see there are different effects of the floods which takes place in the nature, and it is one of the natural disasters which uh, damage the human life, and not only the human life but also the animal, a bird and all living organisms life it will damage. And next we shall move on to the drought. See, drought is exactly opposite of the flood, where we can see the scarcity of the water taking place in the nature. See, in our country, there is a very little rainfall during the summer day or the summer season. See, during the summer season, we can see there is a less rainfall will fall onto the ground. See, in the drought, there is a lot of scarcity of the water taking place. See, scarcity of water. See, during the drought, it is exactly opposite of the flood, and where we can see the scarcity of the water, and many people go in a queue way to carry or to bring the water from different places, and by using the different vehicles, and thereby we can say that for drinking purpose and for washing the cloth also there is a less amount of water will takes place in the environment, so that the drought will be occur. A prolonged period of a number of no rains or very low rains, a prolonged period of no rains, or sometimes it is a less air will be present in the nature. When rainfall fall onto the ground, there less amount of rainfall will fall onto the ground, where we can say that the drought will be occur. And in the drought also many conditions we will face in the nature, and there are varieties of effects, there are various effects which we seen in the nature, and among them the following methods will be seen, in which first one is the, in drought conditions soil do not have sufficient moisture. So, during the drought condition, soil doesn't have sufficient moisture. Moisture is nothing but the water content. And which affect the growth of the plant as well as the development of the plant will affect. And usually during the drought condition, the soil doesn't have sufficient moisture, which is helpful for the growth as well as the development. In those conditions, the soil doesn't have, it will lose the water content present in the soil. And next one is the In drought condition, the vegetation such as grass and other fodder do not grow well. Say during the drought season, the vegetations like grass and other fodders will not grow properly. See, in the drought condition, the soil doesn't have sufficient moisture content or the water content, so that it affects for growing and development of the plants. And next one is the it also during the drought condition, the vegetations like grass as well as the fodder, those animals which depends on the grass, which also not grow well in the drought condition. And due to the shortage of food and fodder, many people living in the drought affected area migrate to other place. See, there is a shortage of the food items, and since the water content will not present in the soil, then the plants will not grow, and this will adversely affect to the shortage of the food as well as the fodder. Fodder means those animals which depends on other animals like grass, other organisms. Shortage of the food and fodder. Many people move or migrate from one place to the another place. See, migrate from the other place, and soil starts to dry more water in because transpiration, evaporation, also the level of the groundwater lowers drastically. See, soil starts to dry, soil starts to dry by the process of transpiration and evaporation. So these are the few effects which seen during the natural disasters like drought. See, usually it is one of the natural disasters, it is not made by the man, and here some of the effects will be given, and in which first effect is the soil doesn't have sufficient moisture content, and so that it adversely affect the plant, and thereby plants will not grow, and growth and development will be stopped, and thereby shortage of the food as well as the fodder takes place, and so that the people migrate from one place to the another place for the scarcity of the water as well as the food items. And soil, next one is the vegetation. It also during the drought condition, we can see the scarcity of the vegetation where the grass as well as the fodder not grow well, and the last one is the shortage of the food and the fodder migrate from one place to the another place. Usually the plants, usually the peoples as well as the animals which migrate from one place to the another place due to the shortage of food and the fodder. And see, we can see that in our previous year, that is 5th standard, you studied that how the shark will migrate from one place to the another place for migration, for scarcity of the food and for other purposes. So that during the drought condition, the peoples will migrate from one place to the another place. And next, soil starts to dry by the process known as transpiration as well as the evaporation, so that the plants will dry up and later it falls on to the ground. And this is the severe conditions which we see in the natural disaster like drought as well as the flood. So this is all about the today's class. In the next class, we will learn about some more concept. Thank you.